I mean, but that's life, right? It's it can be like the outside can look so big and whatever, and then in real life it's small. Or when you pull it out and it's a big one, you're like, yes, I'm a winner.
Pull it out, it's a big one. Let's go.
It's a good thing because water is depends on the plant, but water is a
He
necessity
drowned
on
the plants. Drowned. It was a pool.
Okay.
Can you let her talk?
Sorry.
Okay, so
I think you're the only person on the ABC island that would say like, yeah, it's super hot today.
Yeah.
We're all like,
I mean,
oh my
not
God,
on a
super
daily,
hot.
not on a daily, but I mean,
Nice, because like if you can teach people how to grow their own stuff, it's also like food security.
yeah, for sure.
So like a lot of people, they're growing stuff in their own backyard. I feel like in Aruba, we don't really have that.
So that is one of those ancient like theories that we use today. Pigs, we have a lot of ducks and chickens and miniature goats and sheep, and
Oh, baby, this is a farm.
it's a farm.
It's good. If there's ever a lockdown in the future, I know where I'm going. You got a farm, you got food.
Sign me
you got...
up.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, yo, what's up?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Guys, welcome back to the ABC Island's favorite podcast, No Filter in Paradise, a show about todo un poquito, anything and everything between two friends. One is straight and the other.
The favorite black homosexuals, babies.
You are literally the favorite, like not even joking.
I am.
Like legit, anywhere we go. The guy that interviews stuff.
Yeah.
Eh, tama, no, I mean, I was seeing me the walk. Like, yo, what's going on? Like, I'm also in it. It's
no shade. It's no shade.
It's no shade at all. I enjoy. I like to be in the background, so like more the production side.
That's nice to say. I like that. I like that for you.
I know. I might be in my bed crying like, why? All right, guys. Today we have a special guest here. Today we got Miss Femy from Hofi Kascora.
Yes.
Hey.
Okay.
Bon tardi, bon dia, bon noche.
It's all of it.
Whatever
All of the
time you're
above.
watching.
Yes.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about a little bit about farming, if I'm correct.
Yes. That's what I was invited for. So, I mean, I can talk about anything, but
I love you.
I don't like this.
I love you.
Because this reminds me of when we were in Bonaire, when I asked about the smash burger. Is it really smash burger? I mean, the girl goes like, it says smash burger on the menu.
Ask
It's like,
stupid
yeah.
question, get stupid answers.
Exactly.
Like, that's how it works.
yeah, that's
Oh
a
my
good
God.
one.
That's
Yeah.
how it works.
See, now you guys make me
Definitely.
look like I'm the dumb one.
I'm sorry. I love you already.
I
Like,
know.
let's get this
even
show crackling.
even early off camera, she said something and you're like, no, you're not. I'm like, just calls us out. And I'm like, I love it.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Don't be. No, we love that.
We love that. Okay.
All right, so before, to dive a little bit about who's Femy.
Who am I?
Yeah.
I'm not your average farm girl.
Hey.
Well, yeah, I grew up in Curaçao, went to Holland for studies, thought I was gonna enter the fashion industry, but then I became a farmer. So yeah, things changed a little bit. I graduated in a recession, so there was not a lot of jobs in Holland. However, my husband's family had just bought the property that is now Hofi Kascora. And so we came on vacation, we saw the property and we saw opportunity. It was also right after 10-10-10, so Curaçao's independence. And, living in Holland, knowing the seasons with food and the farmers markets, I really enjoyed cooking and getting my fresh produce by the boer. And so, this idea of like a self-sustainable food concept, farm-to-table concept came to exist.
Farm to table.
Yeah, I was going to ask, explain, what do you mean with
We want to
farm
go
table?
into that
Yeah,
for sure.
it's not something we came up with. It was an existing term. However, I think here in Curaçao, it wasn't something known yet. So when we came back in 2014 and we introduced it, I think it was right time, right place. But it's literally restaurants that use a lot of farm fresh, seasonal, local produce.
Like microgreens, all that stuff?
Oh yeah, that's an easy one. But microgreens, indeed. In the last 10 years, that term farm to table has been used a lot for marketing purposes. And indeed, put a little microgreen on there and it's local.
And then you say, it's done.
But of course, like we said earlier, start small, right? And just be aware where the produce come from, be able to communicate it to your guests and support the local farmers. And
what are some produce that you all use at Hofi Kascora?
So in Curaçao and what we grow, there's a bunch of quite easy, I would say easy to grow things that grow all year round. that a lot of farmers grow, and those are things that we have on our menu. So we have pumpkin, cucumbers, eggplant, string beans. There's a bunch of stuff that grows standard, but then we also started experimenting with things like broccoli, radish, carrots, and they might not be the beautiful carrots that you
The
see
orange,
in
it's not pretty,
in the supermarket. They're like a little wonky, and however, they're still
different color.
also different colors, but they're still fresh, they're local, it's different types. So this is also, once we started experimenting, it also really depends on what seeds or what variety you buy that does or doesn't do well in our climate. So going through the years, we started learning more and started doing better. But even if you get the carrots, and maybe the carrots aren't fully grown or haven't done well because the soil is not good or something, you still get the carrot tops. So you can still make like a pesto with the carrot tops. Or right now I have broccoli growing. If you look at my stories today, the broccoli doesn't grow in a big ball of broccoli, but it sort of becomes like little bits because it's like broccolini, I call it, because it needs that cold weather to form this. However, it also has leaves, and the leaves are edible. So if the broccoli isn't growing optimal, we still have a byproduct, and it's not all lost. So
I messed with this so hard, and I want to go into
I'm looking at the
do your big
Instagram.
one. You do that. I want to go into a little bit more of the gardening side before we get into like the
Food
serving in the
and-
restaurant side.
Okay.
I want to go into the gardening side. So speaking of like what you were just talking about with like the carrots and stuff like that, I've done like my own research and all this good stuff. And this lady, she once told us, she said, a lot of times you have to use what grows in your climate. So let's say, for instance, Kalalu might be something that grows a lot for us here.
Yeah.
So we use that as spinach instead of using spinach or stuff
who was
like
this
that.
lady? I like her way of thinking.
Listen!
because that's something that I always say, like us on these islands, we are so influenced by, we have American television, we have Dutch
Exactly.
cookbooks, we have Latin American, and we have all these things flown in from everywhere. We get asparagus when it's asparagus season in Holland. We get, so we get everything that's in season in Holland, in United States, and everything. And this is what we find in the supermarkets. And this is also what we're conditioned, because the media that we see and have at our disposal is, so that's what we are trained to think of.
Yeah.
However, we have so many products here that are seasonal and grow here and even grow in the wild. Like I really enjoy foraging, and there's like a lot of things that are forgotten, but Curaçao is like the island of healing. Like our island gives us what we need, and we just look at outside for because
So-
what comes from outside is better.
Give me like 3 things that just grows in the wild here that you think or that you feel like people can substitute.
Well, in the wild, maybe not, but like a lot of fruit trees are forgotten here. There's so much fruit that people have fruit trees, or they'll cut them because it makes a mess in their yard.
Yeah.
But when we have the fruit, we need to harvest it. We need to preserve it. So right now it's mango season, and at one point sometimes you don't even want to think about seeing mangoes anymore.
It's
But
so
I'm
funny
like,
because in my front yard where I'm living, there's a big mango tree and it's
Yeah.
like falling all over.
and you get how do I say this? You take it for granted when it's in access. When it's in overvloed. How do you
Yeah.
say that?
Yeah.
But then once it's not there, you're like, oh man, I should have savored that mango. So what we do a lot is we do a lot of preserving. So we pickle, we make sauces, we freeze, and then you can use it for a later moment.
No waste.
Yeah, no waste.
I love
exactly.
that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, same lady, okay?
I need to meet her.
She was also talking about the soil. So she was talking about a lot of the times, in order for you to get like a very decent garden, you need really good soil.
Yeah.
And soil takes about maybe like 5 years for you to get like really good soil. And she was always she was also telling us about like foresting. So where the plants help each other
Yep.
with
Yeah, so
That's crazy work.
In history, and if you look at like big commercial farms in the United States where they have like rows and rows of corn and cereal and things like that this is monocropping. So it's one type of product, and they do that all year long, the whole time. So what it does is these plants, like they'll take all the nutrients from the soil and often these seeds that they're planting or the crops that they're planting, they're like genetically modified, so GMO seeds, where it's almost certain that they'll produce, but the nutritional value that the produce has is zero because the soil is not rich in nutrients, and the seeds that they're planting is
real.
Exactly. So indeed, that's the trend that you've been seeing is also that people do small scale farming. So that's what we're doing, and we're doing regenerative farming. So we make sure that whatever we take out, we give back. And by doing crop rotations and doing companion planting, these are ways that you can give back to the earth. Because some plants give more, some take more, and yeah.
So can you tell us a bit more about like co-planting or like these plants? So it basically is what I've understood is like some plants need shade. So you'll plant like a bigger tree next to the smaller ones, like a rainforest, basically, that they just...
Exactly. There's a permaculture, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah, the permaculture does this. Also the guerrilla farming, where they just plant everything together, and often it is a longer term plan because you're planting a lot of fruit trees as well, which take longer to grow. Obviously, we are a little bit more commercial because we need to produce. We have a restaurant. Our business is built on the produce that we need to harvest daily. But one of the ancient theories is the Three Sisters. And it's from the Mayan time back in Mexico, in Peru. This is what the Latin culture does. It's pumpkins, corn, and beans. So pumpkin, ita plama,
he stays on the surface.
It crawls.
It spreads everywhere.
Yes, it's a
He's a crawler.
A plant that spreads out. Then you have the corn stalks that go upwards, and beans also like to climb, so they'll get the support from the corn. To grow on the corn. And then whatever the pumpkin is doing is crawling, is covering the ground, keeping the soil moist or cold. So that is one of those ancient like theories that we use today.
Last thing I have for you on gardening, okay? It is, how do you make sure you deal with pests?
Yeah, it's so I mean, knock on wood, we are.
I'm knocking for you, baby.
No, so the funny thing is that for us, we're farming in the open air, and we are organic, so we don't use any pesticides. Because of the crop rotation, because of like the constantly changing of the land, to a certain extent, the animals, the bugs will get confused.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have one big field, it's like open buffet, welcome.
They know what to expect.
Exactly.
We know what's coming next year again.
Yeah. So, and if for example, you have just like one row of this, one row of that, and there's everything.
Yeah. You don't know like what's going on. Like which
then
plant
the
do I
animals
go to?
get confused. So that's one way. But we also use like eco methods that are like a fermentation of peppers and garlic. That's something that the bugs don't like. So yeah, and also I mean we learn every year. When we started 10 years ago, it was super dry and we didn't have any rain, so that was good. Then 4 years later, all of a sudden we got so much rain. We're in a water retention area, so we got flooding. So we lost some, but then also with that came all. People are always like, "Oh, butterflies," and I'm like, "No, damn it, that's caterpillars."
Yeah.
So as soon as I see butterflies in my farm, I'm like, that means there's gonna be caterpillars soon. So. Yeah, you get caterpillars.
I do. No.
But also,
that's
what
funny.
we've also gotten now is like the giant African snails. It is a problem on the island.
Really?
What does that look like? I don't know. Like.
Oh, the biggest one we had was as big as my palm, and they can get as big as your forearm.
I'm googling.
Yeah,
right now.
it was a
It's like a
massive.
black and white shell?
It's
What's
a
it
very
called?
Hard shell,
giant. They call them giant African snails. So in Florida, this was a huge problem back in the late 80s or 90s, early 90s, and they.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So the big ones, there's people. I mean, the danger with this. So when they first got spotted here on the island was actually in 2009. Yeah, I don't want to.
Just like I had my fair shares of these things.
There's some things that I really don't like, and it is snails. So
You like snails?
I feel you.
no. Just the thought of them makes me.
So how does this affect your farm, having these big snails?
So the first time they were spotted here on the island supposedly was 2009, 2010. But mind you, we had a drought for 4 years.
Yeah.
These animals hibernate, so they'll go bauditera underground. But if it's really hot, they'll die. However, you just need a few to survive. And then back in 2018, 19, 20, when we had more water, they started reproducing. One of them can lay up to 300 and 500 eggs. And so that means that, like, we first spotted it in 2020 when it was lockdown and we weren't allowed to like go out.
And
so
you're
what
like,
we would do was at
"No."
night we would just like go on walks on the farm, because what else are you gonna do?
Correct.
So we were just like walking around the farm, and then all of a sudden we started noticing them. So then we started
Not even
like
one, like a few.
manually.
Not even one, just like a few.
Yeah, like little clusters here
Yeah,
and there.
yeah.
But then we started manually removing them. But our property, like I said, if you enter our property, it goes like down because of the water retention, and we're neighboring like a nature area, Kabouterbos, and there's a lot of water retention there. Dumb.
So you can't do much.
All those leaves, all that water moisture, that's ideal breeding ground for them. So the next year, it was like hell. And then the year after that, like they started coming closer and closer. So where we spotted them was like close to the Kabouterbos in the back of the property, and the next year they were closer. So now we still see them. We try to keep them out of the farm because we have like these galvanized, like golvenplaten, like the galvanized sheets all around the farm.
Okay.
That also keeps out iguanas. So
Okay.
that is also a way to build a perimeter around our farm to.
I feel like these are like your biggest problems, like all these insects and these snails and the iguanas.
Yeah, and the thing is that like every year you learn. So you know, when it's hot, like now I'm like, yes, it's super hot. These snails are dying out. Soon when it's December, it's gonna rain. Hopefully I won't see them anymore. So these are things that I think of.
I think you're the only person on the ABC island that would say like, yeah, it's super hot today.
Yeah.
We're all like,
I mean,
oh my
not
God,
on a
super
daily,
hot.
not on a daily, but I mean,
I'm like, yo, it's
something
hot.
that, yeah. When I'm like, it's a hot summer. Yes, these snails are not coming back. So, yeah.
Okay, so let's now move on to the food part. Okay, so we got the produce. We know how to make all. You have to
No, I'll go on the food part because I didn't know it was a restaurant. I was looking on your Instagram account
Yeah.
and I see a bunch of food. I thought you were catering to other restaurants because my thought was like Farm Lite was like, you're the farmer, here you go restaurants.
Yeah.
But I didn't know you had a restaurant
Yeah,
also.
we're the full circle.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah,
So
we also have animals, but they're not for consumption. Most of them are rescues.
Okay.
But they also play their role in our farm, and you know, they have obviously they eat all the scraps, they eat the weeds that we pull, and their poop is our fertilizer. So,
What animals do you have?
we have a bunch of donkeys.
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
We have pigs. We have a lot of ducks and chickens and miniature goats and sheep, and
Oh baby, this is a farm.
it's a farm.
It's good. If there's ever a lockdown in the future, I know where I'm going. Now, like you got a farm, you got food.
Sign me
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Now that we're
yeah.
eating the animals, we're not eating the animals.
Speak for yourself. But let's talk about the restaurant part. Like, where did this idea even come from, and how did you burst into it?
So back to the idea in 2010, when we saw this property, it is a farming ground. So we thought, okay, if we want to raise awareness on local produce, like what can you use instead of, so one of the examples that I always use is like instead of asparagus, use string beans. You asked me about like what can you forage,
Substitute,
but and like you said, like the kalalu for spinach, although spinach grows here too, but that's our concept is like we get inspired by worldly cuisine and then we make it our own by using our produce.
I love.
Yeah, so it's a way to inspire people to do with what we have. And yeah, our idea is check what we have and we create a dish with it rather than we want to create this dish and we need this for it. Yeah. So
This is genius. This is
simple, stupid.
creativity at its highest.
Well, yeah, it is a form of creativity. So especially with the meal plan, that is what consumes most of my time during the week right now, because it is cooking with what you have, and we have big groups. So I mean, and also when I go to restaurants or
All good.
All right.
Part of the show.
when restaurants approach us to buy produce, I always ask, like, how much would you use or how much do you need? Because we have a bunch of different things. We have like up to like 17, 20 different crops growing, but I might not have like 10, 20 kilos of harvest of everything every day.
Yeah.
So we'll do specials with certain things, and like I said, with produce that we have more of or that are more widely available locally, even by other farmers. Those are the things that you can create standards. Like that's what we have on our menu, and then the specials will be whatever we have. We create something with it.
Can people come and buy produce from you? Like if I'm living here, I want to buy produce straight from you because I don't want pesticides. I don't want any of that stuff.
Yeah, we have a small farm shop, the marketplace. It's on the property. It's open.
It's a one-stop shop.
This is like, where else do you want to go?
Dory would love it here.
Yeah,
my wife would live on your farm.
Yeah,
Like,
she can come.
100%.
We need more hands.
We got jobs.
Yeah, it's the farm shop. We had a zero waste and farm shop. Shop and cafe, but we closed down the cafe part, so we minimized after 3 years to spend a little bit more time back into the farm because the cafe part was taking a lot of our energy, and we wanted to go back to being on the field. However, we still have a small setup where you can buy your vegetables and have a little coffee, walk around. We also have a few restaurants that we deliver to weekly. And I love working with other chefs because they actually really appreciate what you grow and you get feedback from the quality of the product. So, yeah.
That's amazing.
do you guys ever? Because I feel like this information are things that people don't know. So do you guys ever? Because I don't know much about like whole cropping and, for example, pesticides. People just go to the supermarket and buy that lettuce, but you don't know that lettuce went through a bunch of sprays. The seeds are horrible.
Yeah.
So do you guys do like any workshops or do you go to schools or whatever to give
Not yet.
information? Maybe it's something you want to do because it's good to educate people how to farm your own lettuce, how to farm your own things.
Yeah, so my partner has been wanting to set up a course for Grow Your Own. But yeah, we've been a bit busy. And I also want to do a lot more cooking workshops. So that I think that's like our next step.
It'll be nice because like if you can teach people how to grow their own stuff, it's also like food security.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, do you feel like what you guys are doing could also help with that? Like,
For sure.
Absolutely.
Like the thing is that, look, if you have a garden, it does need tending to. You need to take a little look at it every day. It needs water. You need to make sure that you notice the plagues that are going on. If the plants are in distress, they'll tell you because you can observe the leaves and stuff like that. So,
how can you tell a plant is stressed?
Yes.
yeah, because of the leaves, the way that
Is that plant stressed right back there?
well, it's a stress. It
It's a
needs
stress?
to spot it. No, but like they'll. If the leaves are curling or if the leaves are like getting yellow on the edge or getting yellow by the nerves, so it's all these different things that will tell you this plant needs potassium, this plant needs nitrogen, this plant needs certain nutrients. So that's what I'm saying. This is like, it's a further step because obviously if someone has a garden at home and it doesn't get the love from the person, the plants are gonna die and then they're gonna lose hope, but a person just needs a few.
That's me.
Yeah, because then it's not fun anymore,
My watermelons died.
Well, I mean,
But also explain how you planted the watermelon.
Shut up.
Okay, why don't you
Forget
explain
it.
that to her?
Continue, baby.
Using the water of the
it-
AC.
Shut up.
no,
Continue.
but it's a good thing because water is depends on the plant, but water is a
He
necessity
drowned
on
the plants. Drowned. It was a pool.
Okay.
Can you let her talk?
Okay, so I'm good at the farm plants, but my plants in the house are
They're not good, eh?
happy.
Do you see her? 'Cause I
But
see
I'm
her.
not talking about that today. I also, in Holland, I drowned my cacti. This was before I was a farmer, so it's okay. I do it too.
You drown your what?
My cactus?
The
Oh, I
cactus.
thought you said you drowned a cat. I was like,
No, my
Not
cacti.
Cactus.
okay, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry,
That's
sorry.
why for the studio, I bought a snake plant because I know it's super minimal
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, exactly.
Super. Barely anything. Like, all right, see, I can
and
take
it's
care
good
of
for
it.
indoors. It
Yeah.
purifies the air, so it's
Exactly.
a good indoor plant.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for going back to if people should do it at home, I say yes, but don't lose hope. You need to give it attention. You don't need a whole like guerrilla garden, you know, even if you just start small with a few plants, like just a spinach plant and just make like once a week, make something with that spinach, you know, then at least you're getting the hang of the taking care of the plant, harvesting it, making something with it, and then you add another plant, you know, so yeah,
May I give you a suggestion?
sure.
This is just based off of, and I'm just thinking, like, if I'm in Aruba, honestly, I would really enjoy this information. So, if you all could, let's say, for instance, maybe just get like a videographer that could just come by maybe once every 2 weeks and
Just start
a quick
documenting.
little cooking segment with you.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, this is the crops that we have today. We're gonna prepare this meal with it.
Yeah. On my personal, I have that's what I enjoy doing. So on my personal Instagram, I do have What Do Farmers Eat. It started in 2020 because I had a lot more time and
Yeah.
I was cooking at home. But now, yeah, it's the last year has been a busy year. We opened
I can
another side
imagine.
business, so that's something else. But so yeah, but I love doing that. I love creating that content, showing people what you can do with the local things, and yeah, that is that educating part of using local produce.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I said the
I agree.
videographer, because then
Yeah,
they have to do
they have
everything.
to do the
Hey,
job.
look,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
come
yeah,
record
true.
and
Every
get
2
out of
weeks,
here.
it's like one day every 2 weeks is like a whole day schedule. Okay, we're gonna make 12 reels, one long
Yeah.
video, put on YouTube.
What are you guys doing next week?
I'm in Aruba. He's gonna be partying.
Like, we ready though, but
Yeah.
that's some good content right there. Because
Yeah.
again, how many of us have these same exact crops probably in our yards and we don't
Yeah.
even bother with them?
Yeah.
You have people that cautiously plant stuff and with the intentions, but it's like at some point, like you say, like even with the mangoes, you have
Yeah.
so many of it. What do
Yeah.
I do now? Do I make
Exactly.
a mango jam? Do I
Yeah.
do like what do I do with all of these things? You
Yeah.
know, so that's
Yeah.
really great that you do stuff like that already.
Yep.
What is your favorite crop to grow?
To grow,
Yeah.
I do love carrots.
Yeah?
Yeah, just because the tops can be so big, but then you
Take it
never
out.
know. Yeah, exactly.
what is
The
this?
disappointment
but
underneath?
that's life, right? It's,
Yeah.
it can be like the outside can look so big and whatever, and then in real life it's small. Or
Yeah.
when you pull it out and it's a big one, you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a
Pull
winner.
it out, it's a big one. Let's go.
I'm like,
Sorry,
I'm
I
trying
just
so
had to.
hard
I'm
not to
sorry.
laugh. Like, don't
But yeah.
do it. It's a mistake. Poker face. Don't laugh. Oh my
So,
god.
yeah.
Okay, so carrots.
And what's your
Carrots is the
least
one.
favorite? Which is the one like? Oh, okay, here we go.
The struggle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There has to be one that's like tulicabis, like
No,
The snails.
yeah. No, it's not really. Sometimes there's stuff like, for example, like yambo and eggplant, which it's not that I hate growing them, but the harvesting part sometimes sucks.
It's difficult. Yeah.
No, because the yambo okra.
I love yambo.
I don't like yambo.
Yeah, so that's the
Sorry,
thing. We
yeah.
have clients that love it or hate it, but either we harvest so much and we don't sell it because it's a crop that a lot of farmers grow here, so we don't have enough people buying it.
Yeah.
And it is a harder one to, you can pickle it, but it can also go bad, so it's not one that you can
Predict
at
if it's
least
gonna be.
me.
Keep that long.
Yeah, so that might be one that I enjoy less. And also when you harvest it, it's like fiberglass, so you have to wear like long sleeves. If not, you keep like
Yeah, it's true.
yeah,
The little stuffies on them.
yeah. And with the eggplant, also a lot of people do grow it here, and sometimes they have thorns on it. So then when you're harvesting, you just like get a. But yeah, really.
Do you feel like there's a lot of people that are growing stuff in their own backyard? I feel like in Aruba we don't really have that.
I feel like
It's growing. It's a
maybe
growing
less.
area.
Yeah, I think 2020 everyone was like, oh, home yard,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
it's also everyone was at home, so
Nobody had
and
anything to
food
do.
security. But
Yeah.
now 5 years later, we've gone on with our life, and everyone forgets about the plants in their yard.
Yeah.
But in Curaçao, compared to Aruba and Bonaire as well, like in Bandabao, it's a lot more pure, and there's a lot of people that still farm out there. So even if you're driving around, you can see like little fields of like maishichiki and yeah, I think that. But those are I want to say older generation farmers,
Yeah.
and they do it also in the older generation
yeah.
methods.
They know what works for them, and instead
Yeah.
of like, no, I've done this for 20 years, I'm gonna keep it that way.
But we also, when we started, we talked to a lot of farmers, a lot of older farmers, and we learned a lot from them. Also about our conditions, about our soil, about and yeah, to a certain extent, they do know what they're doing. But if you want to make it a business, you have to deal with it as a business. You have to plan, you have to process, you have to invest. So yeah.
Sometimes they just do it because they enjoy it and they don't really care about the business part. But I do get the part of like, if you want to do it as a business, you have to scale, you have to hire people, you have to move faster. You can't just take your time.
Yeah.
It's a different ball game for sure.
For sure.
I got one thing I want to ask.
Go ahead, sorry.
What is one thing you don't have on your farm that you want to grow?
That I want to grow?
Yeah. Like it's not, you don't even have it, but like, I want to add this to my list.
Edible flowers.
Huh.
Yeah.
Why
I'm busy.
that?
Yeah.
Because they're pretty.
Yeah.
And chefs like working with it,
Yeah.
and that's the new microgreen.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's funny because before we traveled, I was eating somewhere and the guy was showing me, hey, you see this new edible flower that I got? So he showed me like through the window.
In Aruba?
Yeah, in Aruba, yeah.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, it was a massive one too. A lot of little petals. It's super cool.
Yeah.
Pink.
So wait,
It's
you just
pretty.
eat it like that?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
chips?
Not
No,
chips.
like
It's an
it just
actual
goes
flower.
on
Something.
yeah, you just
It's like eating a piece of lettuce, but it just looks pretty.
yeah.
Okay,
It's,
okay,
it's
okay.
decoration stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like the gold dust and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just
all right.
petals that you can eat and you won't
all right,
be vomiting later.
Okay, I never knew that.
No?
Yeah.
No,
But there's
not-
also a lot of flowers in our
Nature.
that we can eat. Like I don't know if you guys have the Beissima in Aruba, the little, in Dutch it's called bruidstraan, the pink flowers that are everywhere, and it's basically covering all the mondis and stuff. You don't have it there?
Maybe if I see it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, so that is an edible flower.
Sharks
And
got finding in his backyard.
yeah.
What are you eating? Banku huevo?
Make it look pretty.
Y'all know me. I love to play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
would.
Make your simple pankuebu pretty by adding some flowers to it.
Damn right.
Yeah, and also the flamboyant is also edible, and it gives a really nice pop of color to the salads or to whatever. So yeah.
Damn. So
Go for it.
okay, sorry. I just want to know, based off of like all these practices and all that you've done, right? How do you feel like the island, or let me just say your barrio, has accepted this entire situation?
Oh, really well.
Yeah?
for sure. I really think we were right time, right place. And yeah, when we first went, so we came back in 2014. We opened Hofi Kascora. We opened the doors in 2015. I graduated from a marketing and branding, Hogeschool in Holland. And, I went by the book because I just graduated.
Of
so everything's
course.
like by the theory of the book. So, okay, you're opening up a business. You need a website. Okay, no money for a website. Okay, use Facebook, because there was this is, 11 years ago. So Instagram
was
wasn't as
different.
big as it is
Yeah.
now, TikTok, all those things. Like social media platforms and blogs weren't that big yet. So we opened up a Facebook and we started sharing little things, and people started following and they started growing with us. And before we opened our doors officially, I think we already had maybe 1,000 or like up to 1,000 followers. So once we opened the doors, people embraced it because they grew with the project.
They were with it.
Yeah, and what was the question?
That was basically the answer, though. This is how did the people in the barrio take
Oh yeah, they
accept
accepted
it,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, and also what I really love about we've been around for a while, is that we have created a place where people come to. It's in the weekend. We're only the restaurant is only open in the weekend.
Okay.
So people come there to relax, to enjoy, to with their families,
Disconnect a
with
little bit.
grandparents, grandchildren, kids, because we have the animals. We get a lot of families, young families. We see people on their first date. We see them get married by us. We host events, so we host weddings. We host other corporate events, but
How big is this property?
the
Virka
property
Demi-
is
yeah.
big, but what we use isn't that big.
Yeah.
It's like an acre and a half.
Okay.
And then you see families grow, you see kids grow. Like, I mean, kids that were 4 when they started coming with their families every weekend, they're off to college now. I'm like,
What?
How old are we?
Where did time go?
yeah, but it's nice to see, and these people have been coming for 10 years, so yeah.
And
it's
what
very
is
nice.
what is that feeling like personally to you specifically, knowing that you are contributing to your environment, to your island, the place you grew up in? How does
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that feel for you?
I don't necessarily look at it like that often, but I always feel like it's a collaborative success, because if I didn't have this community, we couldn't exist. So
Amen.
it's because of our clients supporting us. We can do what we do. And it's because our team, we have people in our team for 10 years already that,
wow, since day one.
without them, we couldn't have grown to what we've become now either. And I enjoy creativity. I enjoy creating new concepts. I enjoy that. So if they keep coming and they keep pushing, I'll keep creating.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's all you need.
Yeah.
What's like in a scenario, in a different universe, like what for you would be like the ultimate dream for you to see on Curaçao happening? Do you want to see everybody be doing their farming in their own backyard? Like in an imagination world, what would that look like for you?
I think that there's a lot of development happening right now. There's a lot of hotels coming, and there's a lot of, like, in the last few years, there's a lot of houses that have been bought by foreigners. And there's a lot of people that come from abroad with the mindset of a city of, like, let me go to the farmer's market, let me support local, because we also get a lot of tourists and a lot of expats that, it's already in their norm to go to the local farmers market. So
Yeah.
they look for it. And we need more of these places, especially because there's more people coming. But because the grounds are being taken away because of house developments, we need to think of other more newer methods,
yeah.
sustainable methods.
Yeah.
Curacao is hot. Water's a problem. We don't have those problems because we're in a water retention area, because we have all that land. But to make a farming business, think of containers, secured spaces where you can control the climate, the environment, the water usage, and you can go vertical. So, and I think those are like more sustainable, more effective ways just to make sure that the input gives an outcome. It is a bigger money investment, but again, if you're gonna have your farming business, treat it as a business.
Yeah.
You need that investment. You need
Yeah.
that input for output.
Do you think vertical farming is very important? Like it's something we talked about in Aruba. It's like by increasing, or at least let's say the government, for example, invest in helping 5 different farmers. Like, hey, we need you to do vertical farming. That would help reduce costs. Like, let's focus
Yeah.
on, like in Aruba, there's 297 farms.
There's a lot. There's a few.
Well, there's
farms.
one. Well, those people grow some amazing lettuce.
Yeah.
And like by helping smaller businesses in that same industry, instead of keep importing lettuce, now you have somebody that grows it.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
and I feel like because there's not much land, why not focusing?
Exactly.
Vertical farming.
Yeah, exactly. And I think especially Aruba, the ground is very different than here. We have better grounds. No, I think it's like very rocky and very
It is.
clay-like.
100%,
So yeah,
100%.
so it's very hard to. But that's why there's other more modern solutions that you can still do it. It's just don't think of the traditional old way of a field of farming.
Yeah.
So for more food security and yeah.
And for your business, for your place, what is your big goal for? And so, what's one goal you want to reach before we end this year, and what's one goal you have for next year?
So on this journey of farming and food and consuming the food, but not only the food, everything that happens around you, and becoming more aware about the sustainability and about being one with our earth. I did a holistic nutritional coaching, what do you call it? I have a degree.
Course.
Yeah, I did a course. And I did that course to become a little bit more aware, and also everything that I do to look at it as a whole. Because we're all people, we're in this environment, you know, food is one of our basic necessities. And so I want to do a lot more with like the holistic well-being of people, not just selling the food, but we do a lot of like yoga retreats as well, but I would love to do a little bit more of that. Do a little bit more of herbal medicine, like how the food can be medicine, for example. So I want to start focusing a little more on that. We've been doing things, we've done events, we've done, we've done catering events, but yeah, just more of that.
I love this. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah.
Now, before we close out, I want you to look into this camera right here.
Yeah.
And I want you to talk to the grown people, the kids, the people on the islands, the people all over the world who's watching today.
Yeah.
What sustainable practices should people be more focused on? And where do you, what do you want people to take away from all of this conversation we had today?
Okay.
Sorry, my full
How
questions.
long do I have?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, like I said, I like to look at it as a whole. You know, we're together in this, especially the older generation. You know, for the kids, we need to build better futures and be more aware and self-aware of how we deal with our environment. And that's not just the grounds where we grow, but also where we build, how we build, the materials we use, and the way we discard of materials, and how we can reuse material, because our resources are drying up, and you know, we need to be more mindful about all of it, the way we live, and yeah, and treat each other.
100%.
Amen.
Agreed.
Amen.
Well, Femy, I want to say thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
No, 100%.
It was a
I
pleasure.
really hope. Keep saying hope, but we're gonna make it one day to your restaurant, your farm, because I want to see it in person.
Yeah.
I want to see these big snails in person too.
No.
No.
No. I'll spare
But
you
I
those.
definitely want. I saw some nice. Oh, that's my phone. I think I saw some banana bread on your page, and I love banana bread.
Yeah.
You should check her page out. It's pretty cool.
No, I will.
So we're definitely gonna have in the future an episode with you, maybe while we're eating.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to subscribe. Every single information, their Instagram, their website, everything will be found in the description if you want to check them out. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace. Yo. Perfect.